Welcome back, everyone, to another ESO video. Today is about the current information going around on the internet due to Zos's live stream yesterday on the Bethesda channel on Twitch. Yes, we have officially been given information about the upcoming year, including, most of all, of course, the new chapter NECROM. Now, for those of you that are familiar with the Elder Scrolls in general, specifically the single-player RPG games, we haven't seen this place since the Arena times, which is now almost 30 years ago. So while we know it as Necrom, some of you may know it as the City of the Dead, the place where the Dark Elves worship the dead and the dead bodies and the dead stuff and the dead things. It's where they have all their dead people. That's where they bury people, and that's where they worship that kind of stuff, and it's a respectful place of sorts. But we are also going to see a Daedric Prince that you haven't seen since the Dragonborn DLC in Skyrim, and that is Hermaeus Mora. Big squid-looking thing with lots of eyes. Now, he is in a realm of his own, obviously, with 1 million books and more. We'll just say 1 million because people can understand 1 million. If I tell you 72,000 quadrillion, nobody can engage that number. There's just lots and lots of zeros. There's a lot of books in there. And if you explore the area, you are to uncover things you didn't know. But, of course, because there is so much knowledge in there, with it being knowledge is power, there is only so much hard drive space a human or Tamriel dweller actually has in their brain. So you can't absorb all the information for yourself, and some people try to absorb too much of it and end up a mess. One of these. So those are the bad guys. Those are people that tried too hard to get too much stuff in their brain and exploded into a monster. Well, as long as you take on the stuff you need to take on and pay close attention to it, you will notice that also we've been given a new class. And that class is all about learning and about the knowledge itself, because this particular class is an Arcanist, and the magic comes out of the books. You have somewhat of a book in your arsenal that you somehow fill, which they vaguely described, and you have some very, very unique skills versus other classes, that being blink abilities and this wicked tentacle-looking thing that is very Devil May Cry-esque and looks pretty nasty. But that's all they gave us. They didn't tell us any more skills apart from that, but they did hint on a combo system. So if you're not familiar with that, in some games you can rack up one skill to then lead to another skill to then lead to another one, and if you do things in the right order, they get stronger. We are looking at a system like that for the new class. But bear in mind, of course, anything like that, mechanics-wise, takes development time. It's a very unique system versus the other classes that we've got. So in order to not separate it completely from other classes and let it be its own beast, but also let it be relevant inside the Elder Scrolls world, so they don't change the design of the game completely, I would assume, note the word assume there, by the way, it doesn't mean definite, I would assume that this is a starting point for what's to come as far as combat is concerned. They've already stated that we're not going to get some massive changes over the next year. They've already stated that we're not going to get any more than 2 dungeons strictly this year, the 4-man dungeons. And they're going to focus on lots of bug fixes, performance issues, and of course new features and stories. So instead of constant usual stuff where you get 2 dungeons, then a chapter and a trial, then 2 dungeons, then something else, maybe a trial arena or whatever, there's going to be 2 dungeons at the beginning of the year that we know about. Then there's going to be the chapter in Necrom. Then in the next update, we're looking at performance updates, quality of life things, and they did give one spoiler. All round a tunable crafting station. That means walk into Seducer area, hit the button, and you get all of them in one station. That's pretty nuts. And the other final hint. You know what? I'm going to let you hear this first, so you can hear it for yourself, and then you can get hyped, and then I'll give my own take on it.
There won't be any dungeons in this update, because for update 40, which comes towards the end of the year, the team is working on something really epic, something pretty special that they just need more time on.
I mean, come on, Rich, we gotta give them more than that.
Okay, fine. How does an endless dungeon with a buddy sound?
Oh, sounds good.
We'll have a lot more info on this later in this year, but I'm insanely excited about this.
Sounds very cool.
Yes, that sounds like a survival game mode, horde mode if you like, or quite frankly, what we've been asking for fucking ever, a 2-player arena. It sounds, sounds like a 2-player survival arena where you just keep going till you're dead. We needed that 10 years ago, even though the game wasn't out then. We'll take it now. I'm really looking forward to that. But above all, obviously, we are looking forward to the class. We're looking forward to the new areas and, of course, new quality of life updates. we have a lot to come. We have been given limited information, but there is enough to be excited about. Now, of course, you can get this on pre-order already. I'm going to put some links in the description for that. You will get some shiny perks for doing so. So go and play the game if you haven't played it already. And if you have played it already, get back and hyped because some good shit is coming. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.